Hello, welcome to Thursday Newsline today. A bit of weird music there, just an intro music there. I'd like to welcome you to today's show. I'm well into it, season 1, episode 24. So I'm well into the season here with my news and sport here. And I was just going to start off now with just a bit of RTE news. The RTE news there. Thailand attack, ex-police officer identified as gunman. Just to like it home for a prison officer killed 34 people including 22 children in a mass shooting in daycare centre in eastern Thailand today. And then EU UK want negotiation resolution over Northern Ireland Protocol, according to what it's saying there. Second arrest in connection with fatal funeral attacking. That story there. It's just Garda investigating the death of Thomas Dooley at a funeral in Tralee, County Kerry yesterday. Have arrested the second man. That was on the news day yesterday. I was looking at it there. Terrible story there. Forest and SIP to vote to accept public sector pay deal. And how wind-powered energy is helping local Irish communities, sir. William and Kate on visit to Northern Ireland. On the giant causeway formed in a few days, theory suggests. So then on the Irish Independent News, man arrested, the same story there by Garda investigating stabbing of Thomas Dooley. And too drunk to fly GA player who exposed himself to police gets community service. And then the latest in the Dáil, don't roll your eyes, it's true, Leo Varadkar and Pierce Doherty clash over housing. There's always some kind of fight in the Dáil, as I was saying there. They have to get, there's footage there, and I'm not going to play it, but there's footage there. And then on the entertainment news in the Irish Independent, it says Peterson Joseph Blacks and Irish in London always feel like strangers. Peep shows Peterson Joseph Blacks, that's what it says there. And Brendan Gleeson menace on a skateboard for Saturday Night Live. He's doing practicing there for the Saturday Night Show section there that's on this week. It should be interesting enough to look at that. Then just the world news. I was just going to go through the world news before I give you a bit about Bray People there. The Bray People news. Children killed in their sleep as ex-cop opens fire at daycare centre. That's the same story there. At least 25 emigrants die and several missing after 2 bikes sink off Greek island. I was looking at that was earlier on. That was on the news there early on in Sky News, and it's a terrible story there. Putin signs laws annexating 4 Ukrainian regions as Russia. I think that's an old story, but some of them, as I was saying there, are not his at all. But he's making out a big man, as I was saying there, big man theory. And then entertainment on Sky. No one is above the law. Alec Baldwin's settlement has no impact on criminal probe, prosecution say. Jeremy Clarkson ordered to close direct squat farming dining areas over planning breach. He breached the law there. And Scrubs seducer charged with multiple counts of rape and sexual battery. Samantha Wambeck updates fans of treatment following breast cancer diagnosis. And there's Loretta Lane dies at her ranch there. That story there. Terrible. Loretta Lynn was a good singer and going back a long time, as I was saying. So that's the news there on that. So I'm well into it. So I was just gonna try to start my show off there. If there's any other news there, I'll give you a more update there. So I was just gonna give you a bit about the Bray People news here. It just says vandals to face hero firefighters tribute in attack on community. This is a terrible story. John Brady has condemned act of vandalism on a memorial in Bray to 2 brave firefighters killed in the line of duty. So that's a terrible story there, graffiti and it's really bad. So train driver takes bride to the wedding on Dart. Dart driver Patrick and his now wife Megan, an Irish rail driver living in Greystown, decided to travel to his wedding ceremony today on board with his bride-to-be. So that's a good story there. Radio host set to cycle 30 kilometres to Bray on tandem. PJ Gallagher and Jim McCabe are set to embark on an epic 30k tandem journey from Hill 16 in Croke Park to Bray Head. So that should be interesting enough there. And then plan to recharge for cycling set to remain part of budget talks. Just giving you the headlines here. Christmas light cost approved. A package of immediate expenditure amounting to 29,000 agreed to September's meeting at Greystones. So I'm not sure about the Christmas lights yet in Bray, but I'm sure they'd be scaled back, as I'm not sure. So movie stars band to play a hotspot. The finest band fronted by Sing Street and Coda movie star Ferdy Pelia Walsh are coming to the Hotspot Club, the Beach House, Greystones on Saturday. So they're coming to on Saturday there. A Bray student given top geography award. Bray Anne Clowney has been awarded the Wanderhorst Memorial Medal for higher level geography paper in 2021 leaving certificate examination. And it just says there, Wicklow man walks 10 hours to highlight mental health. Johnny deciding which direction the Clough and Owens walk to Avian. John Hunt undertook a walk from Wicklow Town to the Avian Stadium on Tuesday just before the Ireland versus Immediate game. Oh, that's that. Flu and COVID vaccine services. 4 boot stores in Gertie have opened their winter flu service for 2023. And then Eleanor defies cystic fibrosis to ace goals. Eleanor Mac from Greystone running the 50k echo trial in Oslo last May. And then that's the main story on that. And then it just says there's a notice board there for Bray Community News and pictures there, the usual pictures there of the paper. Tiglan Anand at People of the Year award. A few people there got awards there. So that's there. And Wicklow director among film festival semi-finals. David Thomas. Screenplay written by award-winning Arklow film director Dave has been selected as the semi-final of the Waterford International Film Festival there. Comedian Anne Gilday brings a witty new show to Tinahely. So then there's more on the Debs there, pictures of St. Gerald's School there. I'm just giving you the sickness, what's on the paper there today. And then there's always a section there about Wicklow farming and living, budget focus on safety and research. The Minister of State Food and the Marine Martin Hayden there with a tractor. 50-acre Avoca property fetches 21,000 an acre according to this. I think that's the way it's marked. And then Blessington, there's a bit about Blessington there. Felix Larkin and the legacy of Parnell. It just says David Matcliffe sat down for Elvis in the Wooden Bridge Hotel with the academic director of the Parnell Society, Felix Larkin, who spoke of his own background and indulged in a few Parnell what ifs. So that's the story there. And then there's a bit about Bray Emmets there, the win there, as I was saying there. Christy Morehouse, after he blasted home to the back of the net to secure victory in the lighting protection senior hurling championship final replay. And there's a bit about Bray Wonders there. Former Bray Hunters Curtis Byrne is happy with his decision to leave the club. Just right up there. And then Knockanana, the ladies senior hurling here. The Knockanana 5-16, Kiltegan won 3, and it shows you pictures of it there. Knockanana captain Rachel Byrne receives the Wicklow Camogie Senior Championship Cup from Chairman Ivor Lennon. And then that's the main road. Then there's a write up there by Brendan Lawrence. He writes about senior championship finals. The Rocks Rages Arklow sides. Arklow Rocks 2-14, Kiltegan 4-3. That's the ladies as well. And that's the score there. So I'm just going to go through this quick here. Then there's a good bit about the ladies there, the results there of the day, and there's fixtures there. The fixture matches now. The county final, according to this, it's on in Auckland there on Sunday, October the 9th. Bolton Glass versus St. Parks and referee John Keenan. So that should be a good final. That's on Sunday at 3 o'clock. So that's the county final. So I'm not sure who's going to win that. So, and then Blessington. And Michael Sargent writes an article here. Blessington sees off depleted Ashford side. Blessington 1-9, Ashford 7 points. That's the junior C semi-finals and intermediate football championship relegation. So they're the matches there. So, and then there's an article there about Brendan Lawrence writes it. Just says more about Bray there. Bray Emmett's 216, Glenealy 28, and it's a lovely picture of the cup in there. We have a team full of leaders according to this, and it says William Bray stormed to a 4 in a row. The long bong from out the field found the welcoming hand of Christy Morris at the end of the county ground with ball in hand there a better few. So that's what it says there. So that's the definition of the match, of the thing there. And Paul Carney on his initial reaction and those key channels, massive relief. Carney tore up the game plan and threw it away. So that's according to that paper there. And then Dano delivers. That's the junior hurling match which I was talking about there the last day. Knockanana won 1-8, Arklow Rocks 1-7. That's the first match now they won in a good while, and it was very interesting stuff. So as I was saying there, that's the Bray People reads. And then there's a preview there in the next page. There's a preview of the county final. Jonathan Daniels. Prize on offer for Sunday's winners will be the title of Kings of Wicklow Football for 2022. And then there's the thing about the captain, Lessington captain Mark Jackson in Ockram with the jersey on him, and talking about the match. There's a write up there. And then Tommy Kelly saying that the other captain there, giving a preview of the match, who will be the Kings of Wicklow there, as I was saying there. And Kevin O'Brien, Pats are a very strong side, taking nothing for granted. That's what it says there on the paper. And Keenan gets the nod for senior final, as I was saying there, for first time in a good while. So it should be interesting enough that. So I might go to that myself. So senior football championship final, that's the ladies. That's on as well. So Tina Healy senior footballers will take on St. Pat's in the county final this Saturday. So that's on. That should be interesting enough as well. And then that's mostly all the stuff in the Gaelic football. I was saying there's bits about rugby as well. Enniskerry 15, Greystones 26. So that's the score there, and gives you a write up. And then Bray Wonders, as I was saying there, Bray Wonders there the last day. Bray Wonders underage focus. It was 4-2 for Bray, Finn Harps. And then in the senior match, your Electricity First Division, it was Bray Wexford Football Club 4, Bray Wonders 2. So I'm not sure I think it's nearly over the matches, so it's probably be next season they'll be concentrating on now. Unstoppable Hayland in a league of his own. He's scoring goals like a canter there. And then there's more here, as I was saying there, there's more here. Putin takes pages out of Hitler's playbook, according to Father Michael OP. And then there's an article there about the schools, the different schools there. And Edward entertained this week's chicken and vegetable casserole, so he gives you the recipe for that, so must look at that. Nourishing stuff, as I was saying. And then we're just around the district, different things there, the job sections on this paper. And then new Mazda has diesel option. Mazda have reveals that a powerful, clean and efficient all-new Sky-Active diesel engine will be added to the Mazda lineup in 2023, joining the PHEV CX-60. So the man writes there a review of the car, David Tucker, and should be interesting enough to read that. So I'm nearly finished here, the paper here. Back to college, and I miss him so, and I don't want to kill him. That's Justin O'Mahony writes an article there, Justin O'Mahony, and so then there's then the usual Alfred Russel Wallace insects. So was a British naturalist and contemporary of Charles Darwin. So there's an article there about him. And obese and overweight pets are caused by humans, according to Pete Wedderburn in his article here with the dogs. And then this week in 2020, Against All Lies, Maria Carey and Westlife. So that's Maria Carey and Westlife take Phil Collins' hits to number 1. So that's I just thought I'd finish that. So that's the article there, and that's the paper finish for this week. That's just give you an update there. So I think I'm nearly pretty similar finished here on my podcast today, and I think I'll go through the Sky thing now, just if there's any world news. I didn't look at the world news there just before I was going. It just said there more about the Thailand thing. Children killed in their sleep as ex-cop opened fire at daycare centre in Thailand. And then terrible torture chamber discovered in newly liberated town, Ukraine claims, according to that. So I just thought I'd give you that bit of news there at the end of the show, just to finish off my podcast today. So as I was saying there, I'm on all these functions here, so you can listen back on me. I'm on iTunes, I'm on Spotify, I'm on YouTube, I'm on all these things. If anyone wants to come on and chat or anything, you're welcome. I want to start a debate here on my show, political debate. It's terrible what's going on in Northern Ireland, and that Jamie Bryson, as I was saying there, he's putting it up to everyone, and he's something against the GA, I don't know what it is, and the Irish government. He has something against everyone, and so Mr. Alistair TUV, who's on the radio a lot, he's on Stephen Nolan, and he's on all these shows. He has something up his nose as well, and these people are given too much media things and too much come on to talk about you on your show, and they say the same things in out every day, and I don't think it's right. I think these people shouldn't get it on the radio. I can't get on the radio myself. I can't get on Joe Duffy. So when you see that, it's wrong. And these people, Mr. Bryson, he writes on Twitter, and he writes terrible stuff on Twitter. Don't know how he gets away with it. And Donald Trump, as I was saying, was banned on Twitter, so I don't know how he gets away with it. So you should look at some of the stuff he puts up on his Twitter page, and he puts up terrible stuff about the GA and the Irish government and everything. So I just thought I'd call it out, the way I see it. So I'd just like to finish my show on my podcast show now today. I finish with just a bit of music here, and I hope you enjoy my show. It was slightly longer today, so thanks for listening, and I hope you join me again with my own next show, episode 25. This is episode 24, so thanks for listening. Bye.